Welcome to the First Berserker Khazan. In this video, I will do my best to show you why I believe the spear is the best weapon in the game. Notice I didn't say it was the most damaging one. That's because I believe the weapon dealing the most damage is the great sword. But here are the training grounds and I'm going to be able to show you what I'm talking about. Right now, I am level 90. I could go all the way to 93, but I decided to stop here on purpose. The reason why I only upgraded stamina is because I wanted to prove a point. The point is the one thing you need in this game. The most important stat is stamina. The reason why you die in Khazan is not because you ran out of health. No, it's because you were out of stamina and you weren't able to block, parry or dodge that one attack which get you killed. And something you should also keep in mind is that whenever you are exhausted, whenever the enemy depletes you from all your stamina, you take increased damage. I think it's either 50 or 40% more damage, which is crazy. So yeah, stamina is pretty important, and so is stamina recovery rate. Right now I'm sitting at 273 and I think it can be boosted using Moonlight. And Moonlight is the main skill you want to, I'll say, master when using a spear. So what is Moonlight? This is your spear skill tree, and Moonlight is the very first skill you can acquire. The third attack of a swift attack becomes a slashing attack. Keep in mind that when you're talking about swift attack, you're talking about light attacks, and when it comes to potent blows, it's your heavy attacks. So whenever you land the third attack of a light attack, you can enter the Moonlight state. So let's go. 1, 2, and boom. That slash attack triggers your Moonlight, and you can tell the skill is activated by the little icon under your stamina bar, or by the fact that you have, I'll say, heat coming out of your body. So let's say you are hot. You are hot right now. It's time to, it's time to bully the bosses. So you activate Moonlight by landing the third attack. Keep in mind, you don't have to land every single light one. No, 1, 2, boom. You only need to land the third attack and Moonlight is activated. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. The moment you already have Moonlight activated and land another third blow with your swift attacks, you're going to reactivate Moonlight. Something to also keep in mind. So whenever you are in a fight, you always need to be keeping track with your state. Am I in Moonlight? If not, then you should be in Moonlight. But don't kill yourself trying to activate the skill. I did that multiple times, and yeah, I understand the struggle. So what exactly does it do? What does Moonlight actually do? Well, first of all, it's going to create some after images, and whenever you strike the opponent, you're going to deal some extra damage thanks to your after images also striking the enemy. Let me show you. I'm in Moonlight state right now. Pay attention to my character. You're going to notice that I have some after images, some black versions of Khazan hitting the enemy alongside me. So Moonlight does increase the damage, but that's not the only thing it does. If you unlock this skill right here, Vitality, you can also recover your stamina faster. And like I said, stamina is the most important resource in the game, and Moonlight is going to help you keep the aggro on the enemy for longer. So this is definitely a must when it comes to the Moonlight skills you need to unlock. Something else you can do is to boost your potent blow, which is your heavy attack whenever you hold the heavy button. So let's first trigger Moonlight. Boom. Now I'm in the Moonlight state. I hold the heavy attack button and I deal more damage with my heavy blow. Nice. Something else Moonlight can do is allow you to dodge like this faster. I don't know how fast you dodge without Moonlight, but I feel like it's kind of slow. It's fast, but also kind of slow. In a life or death situation, I feel like being able to just dash faster is a must. So first, activate Moonlight, and then we can, move around way faster. And I also believe you have more iframes the more you upgrade Moonlight. Here, for example, at the max level, you can increase the duration of your invisibility whenever you dodge, which is huge. It's going to prevent you from getting hit by every single attack, especially when the enemy is going for a deadly swing. And also it's going to nullify the damage whenever you evade the attack, which is also huge. So Moonlight does three things: boost your overall stamina recovery rate, deal more damage thanks to your after images, and it's going to give you more iframes and more mobility whenever you are moving around. So absolutely busted skill you need to master. And I believe when you get around 28 or 34 mastery levels, you can even get persistence, which basically replenishes slightly your Moonlight gauge based on how many times you perform a perfect dodge or a perfect parry, which is actually huge because sometimes it will be very difficult when you are on the defensive to keep activating Moonlight. So being able to just block, dodge, and keep filling the meter is awesome. First thing first, when using a spear, always trigger Moonlight. Light, Moonlight. Again, light, Moonlight. Light backwards and Moonlight. This is going to save you so many times. Now, whenever you press the dodge button after a heavy or light strike, you can cancel the animation and recover faster. For example, I'm going to go for a light and press the dodge immediately after. And you can tell I cancel that animation, which allows me to go again. For example, light, dodge, light, dodge, light, dodge. This time let's do it faster. Light, dodge, light, dodge, light, dodge, light, dodge. And whenever you have Moonlight activated, this looks even better. Boom. So you can cancel pretty much everything in the game, provided it's not a huge commitment. Now let's talk about the skill which makes your life so much easier regardless of the weapon you are using. Rip. Recover health when using a brutal attack from head-on. This means that whenever you are facing an opponent and performing a brutal, you'll be able to recover both health and stamina. Let me show you. So now my stamina is almost depleted. What I could do is perform a brutal from the front, and boom, I also have full stamina now, and I'm ready to counter whatever string the boss or enemy is about to perform. Huge skill you can use regardless of the weapon you are using. I wouldn't recommend using this skill execution because I believe it takes away your ability to perform rip, which is why I haven't have it unlocked, even though it looks awesome. Some other skills you could potentially unlock using the spear to make your life easier and to make your combos longer and flashier is Chaser, which allows you to reduce your stamina cost whenever an enemy is exhausted, whenever they are out of stamina. Something else which is quite useful is Quick Slash, and I use it all the time. Whenever you perform a dodge and immediately press triangle or circle or light or heavy, you'll be able to catch up and pursue the enemy. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a lifesaver in a situation where the boss is trying to escape or when you are facing multiple enemies. Obviously, I can't showcase it right now, but I'm pretty sure I can find some clips to show you, and you're going to understand just how crazy you can be when using the spear. The spear is the equivalent of onslaught non-stop action. You never stop striking, and I love that about the game because you deal a lot of damage and you look cool while doing so. So something you always want to keep in mind whenever you're using a spear is to always activate Moonlight. Something else you should keep in mind is that you have awesome skills you can unlock for the spear. I personally prefer using only one skill, which is called Eagle Wing, aka Getsuga Tensho. It consumes one spirit meter, and at the highest level you can go for the triple Getsuga. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3. I have decided to sacrifice up close and personal damage for ranged damage. At the highest level, you can even cancel and nullify some projectiles, which is huge against spammers. So let's go. 1, 2, and 3. Something to also keep in mind: you don't need the full meter to perform the fully stacked spirit attack. Let me show you. Let's make sure we activate Moonlight, and now let's decrease our stamina. Boom. Making sure that you use your get potential is going to make it easier for you to catch bosses off guard and make sure they don't recover the stamina, because whenever you are being super aggressive with bosses, they will tend to just back off trying to replenish the stamina. Some bosses can only be defeated by taking advantage of those punish windows. So what you need to do is to make sure that you always keep an eye on your spirit meter level and capitalize on its effectiveness, especially at long range when the enemy is trying to run away. So that's why I love Getsuga Tensho, because it allows you to just keep being aggressive, and whenever you break someone's posture, you can just replenish the full meter, dash back, Getsuga Tensho, and go to town. Always be aggressive, no matter what.